The morning was unusually quiet when Tehan stepped into tall glass building, clutching the Sapa bag a little too tight. It was the first day at the company and he promised himself to keep things professional. Clean stage now start. He had no idea that Svet was planning a cool twist. As he entered the conference room, he stepped flared. Something at the head of the table in a sleek black suit was none other than Jungkook, his ex. Their eyes met and time frozen for a second. Jungkook's expression softened from confidence to shock. His breath caught for a moment. Then he said quietly, disbelief in his voice. Then forced a polite smile, making the small temper in his heart. Good morning, sir. His tone was formal, decent, nothing like the warmth that used to fill their late night talk. Jungkook rose from his seat, tried to steady himself. You are the new designer? Then yes, replied shortly, looking anywhere but his eyes. The air between them was thick, heavy with memory. Jungkook wanted to say something, anything, but the professionalism of the room had back. He had broken Taehyung's heart 3 months ago, believing distance would protect them both. Seeing him again, all those feels come rushing back, raw and alive. When the meeting ended, Taehyung called out softly, Taehyung, can we talk? Jungkook didn't turn around. There was nothing to talk about. Mr. Jeon. That Mr. Jeon hit harder than Jungkook expected. He realized then that the damage he caused wasn't something an apology could instantly fix. But as Taehyung walked away, Jungkook knew one thing for sure. He wasn't ready to lose him again, not this time. And that was the beginning of their second chance. The office was quite a spec from the phantom of the city outside. The sky had underdarkened the window reflection. Jungkook's tense face as he sat behind his desk, waiting. His heart thundered in his chest when the door finally opened. Taehyung walked in, the dress neatly calm as he always, but his eyes were cold. Taehyung, you call me Mr. Jeon? Jungkook swallowed hard. That title, Mr. Jeon, hurt more than he expected. You can drop Mr. Tae, he said softly. Still me. Taehyung, oh, you are the CEO. I think that's the right way to address you, Jungkook sighed, standing up from his chair. Please, don't ask. You have to hear for work. I wanted to talk, just one. Please. Taehyung crossed his arms, then steadied and talk about what? Jungkook, about us. Taehyung, there is no us, Jungkook. You knew that 3 months ago, remember? The word hit him like Jungkook looked down. His hands tightened on the edge of the desk. Jungkook, I know I did. And I regret it every single day. Taehyung, regret doesn't change what you did. Jungkook, I know that too. Jungkook said quietly, but I need to say this, even if you hate me. He took a deep breath, stepping closer. Taehyung, I was stupid. I let my fear control me. I broke up with you because I thought I couldn't handle it being in a relationship while becoming CEO. I thought I needed to focus only work. I told myself it was for the best, but it was just an excuse. Tehang's expression didn't change, but his voice trembled slightly. You think? You think saying sorry now will fix everything? Jungkook, no. I know it won't. I didn't expect you to forgive me, but I can't pretending nothing happened between us. You didn't deserve how I left you. He looked into Tehang's eyes, his voice breaking a little. You gave me love, warmth, and I gave you silence. I left you without explaining properly. I break your heart and mine too. Every night since that day, I wanted to call you, but I didn't have the courage. Then turned away his jacket in 3 months, Jungkook. It's only been 3 months. You think I can forget everything in that short time? You ended things like it was nothing. Jungkook, it wasn't nothing to me. It was everything. I just didn't know how to hold on to you and my position at the same time. I thought success would make me happy, but it didn't. Every time I walk into this office, it felt empty without you. Taehyung shook his head. You are my boss now, Jungkook. This is work. Don't bring the past here. Jungkook stepped forward slowly, careful not to push too far. I'm not asking you to go back. I just want to fix what I broke. Even if it's only a small part, then you can't fix it. Jungkook, maybe not. But I want to try. There was silence for a moment, heavy and filled with the pain they both tried to hide. Jungkook's voice softened. Jungkook, I don't to lose you completely, Taehyung. Even if you can't forgive me, can we at least try to be friends again? Taehyung looked at him sharply. Friend? After everything? Jungkook, I know it sounds selfish, but I'd rather have you as a friend than not have in my life at all. I miss your voice, your presence, your way of making me silence comfortable. I don't want to erase you from my world. The only pressed into a thin line. You broke my heart, Jungkook. Jungkook, you think friendship is that easy? Jungkook, no, he said softly. I know it all take time. I just can't give up one at least try. His voice cracked slightly. Please, you can hate me, you can stay angry, but don't shut me out completely for a moment. Taehyung didn't say anything. His finger played with the cuff of his sleeve, a small, nervous habit. Jungkook, Taehyung, you really don't give up, do you? Jungkook, not when it comes to you. Taehyung sighed, rubbing a hand through his hair. You know, you always say things like that, but you don't do. A small, sad smile appeared on Jungkook's lips. Maybe that's because deep down you know I mean it. Taehyung, you hurt me, Jungkook. You left when I needed you most, Jungkook, and I live with that guilt. But you ever let me? I'll spend every day try to make it right, not as your boyfriend, not as your boss, but as someone who truly cares about you. Then looking at him for a long moment, his heart fight his mind. He wanted to stay angry, but the sincerity in Jungkook's eyes made that difficult. Finally he signed, "Fine, we can be friends, but doesn't think this mess. I'll forgive you." Jungkook breathed, left in relief. A small, genuine smile touched his face for the first time that night. I didn't expect that. I'll wait until you can, even if it takes forever. Then, you are dramatic as always. Jungkook maybe, but I mean it. For a brief second, their eyes met, and something in the air shifted. It wasn't love, not hate, but it wasn't hate either. It was a beginning. Then pick up the file, the test, try to sound composed. I should go. It's getting late. Jungkook, Thang. He paused at the door, glancing back. Jungkook, thank you for at least give me this chance. The tone softened slightly. Don't make me regret it. And then he left, the door closed softly behind him. Jungkook stood there for a long time, staring at the space where Taehyung had been. He knew it wasn't forgiveness, not it, but it was something a step what Jungkook didn't know was that Taehyung, standing just outside the office, had one hand resting gentle over his stomach. A small secret smile appeared on his lips, sad but full of emotion. A week had passed since that quiet night in Jungkook's office. Nothing dramatic happened, no confession, no shouting, no more apology, but something small had changed between them. Jungkook could feel it every morning when Taehyung walked into the office. He didn't look at him with hate anymore. He didn't smile either, but at least he didn't avoid him. That was enough for Jungkook for now. It was late evening again. Most of the staff had left, except a few lights still on the design department. Jungkook walked past and stopped when he saw Taehyung still walking at his desk. Jungkook, you are still here? Taehyung didn't look up, finishing the client proposal. Jungkook, it's already 9 p.m. Taehyung, go home. You all exhausted yourself. Taehyung pen pause. I couldn't say the same about you, Mr. Jeon. Jungkook softly touched. He leaned against the doorway, watching him for a moment. The sound was familiar. Taehyung focused his brows slightly, lips parted as he reviewed a scratch. Jungkook used to sit beside him for hours back when things were simple. Now he could only watch from a distance. Jungkook, do you want me to drop you home? Taehyung, no, I can manage. Jungkook, it's late there, let me. Taehyung finally looked up, meeting his eyes. There was a pause, quiet but filled with something unspoken. Taehyung, fine. Just this once. The drive home was silent at first. The city light flickered past them, a soft music played in the background. Jungkook glanced sideways. Taehyung looked tired than usual. Jungkook, you look exhausted. Are you sleeping well? Taehyung, not really. Jungkook, headache again? Taehyung hesitated, then nodded. Sometimes. Jungkook, you should see a doctor. Taehyung frowned. You don't need to worry about me, Jungkook. I'm fine. Jungkook sighed quietly. I can't stop worrying, Tae. Even if I am just your friend now. That made Taehyung glance at him, a tiny flicker of something in his eyes. You really mean that, friend? Jungkook, yes, I mean that, I said. I'll be your friend, no matter what. Taehyung looked away, biting the inside of his cheeks. He didn't reply, but his silence wasn't cold this time. It was thoughtful. When they reached Taehyung's apartment building, Jungkook parked the car and turned off the engine. Jungkook, do you need help carrying your bag? Taehyung, no, I got it. He stepped out, but Jungkook following anyway. Taehyung, Jungkook, you really don't have to? Jungkook, I want to. They stood near the entrance. The cold air pressed past them, quiet and heavy. Jungkook, Taehyung, I mean what I said last time. I wait for your forgiveness. I know I hurt you deeply, but I'm trying to be better now. I hope you'll see what someday. Taehyung signed his voice after now you are trying. I'll give you that. Jungkook, so are you okay? Taehyung looked at him, a small smile tugged at his lips. We are trying to be okay. That was more than Jungkook had hoped for. He smiled, a small, genuine one that reached his eyes. Trying sound good to me? Taehyung nodded, then turned towards the door. But before he went in, he looked back once more. Taehyung, good night, Jungkook. Jungkook, good night, Tae. Inside his apartment, Taehyung leaned against the door for a moment, head over his chest. His heart was still racing. He didn't understand why Jungkook's voice still did that to him. Why a simple smile could make him feel weak again. He placed his hand gently over his stomach, his thumb brushing the smoke cup that had started to just so a little. Taehyung whispering, you heard him, right? He trying, but he doesn't know about you yet, not now. A tear came from he could stop it. I just hope when he find out it won't be too late. Next morning office, Jungkook arrived early carrying 2 cups of coffee. He stopped by Taehyung's desk. Jungkook, good morning. Taehyung playing surprise. You are early? Jungkook couldn't sleep, thought maybe you would need coffee. He held out the cup. Taehyung stared at it for a second, unsure whatever to take it or not. Jungkook, it's the one you like, extra caramel, less foam. The details, the fact that he still remembers, softened something inside him. Taehyung took the cup slowly. Taehyung, thank you. Jungkook, you are welcome. There was an awkward pause before Jungkook smiled a little. See, friends bring coffee too. Taehyung shook his head, but a faint smile appeared. You really don't give up, huh? Jungkook, not when it comes to people who matter. That simple sentence stay with Taehyung whole day. Later that day, Taehyung was teaching at his desk when a wave of drizzling hit him. His vision blurred for a second. He steadied himself quickly, hoping no one noticed, but Jungkook from his class office had seen. Within second, he was at Taehyung's side. Jungkook, hey, are you okay? Taehyung, I'm fine. George got up too fast. Jungkook, you look pale. Taehyung, I said I'm fine. Jungkook, he tried to push him up, but Jungkook placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Please sit down for a minute. There was worried writing all over Jungkook's face. A raw, genuine. Taehyung sighed, finally sitting. Jungkook, do you want me to take you to the hospital? Taehyung, no. I'm fine. I'm really okay. Jungkook, you said that last night too. Taehyung looked at him. I softer this time. You don't have to take care of me, Jungkook. You are just friend, remember? Jungkook, yeah, but friends look out for each other. That made Taehyung feel silence for a moment. He simply watched Jungkook. How gentle he was now, how different from the man who once broke his heart. Sometimes something in him whispered that maybe slowly forgiveness wasn't as impossible as he thought. That night, when Taehyung lay in bed, he placed his hand on his stomach again. Taehyung softly, he is changing, isn't he? Maybe one day he'll be ready to know about you. He smiled faintly toward the guide. Until then, next few days passed quickly. Jungkook and Taehyung had fallen into a rhythm, soft, friendly, careful. They shared office in the morning. They talk about work, sometimes about music, sometimes about nothing at all. It wasn't the same as before, but it was peaceful. There was something that kept worrying Jungkook. Taehyung looked tired more often. He skipped lunch, got dizzy at random times, and sometimes pressed a hand against his stomach when he thought no one was watching. Jungkook was watching always. He didn't know what it was, but his heart wasn't rest until he found out. Afternoon company meeting room. Taehyung had been giving a presentation to a few clients. He looked beautiful as always, calm voice, confident smile. Jungkook was from the side, quietly proud, but halfway through the presentation, Taehyung had trembling slightly. Before anyone could react, he rushed out of the room. Jungkook's chair scared the floor as he stood up. Instantly, his chest tightened in panic. He followed quickly down the hallway, turning the corner until he found Taehyung in the restroom, bent over the sink, causing and vomiting. Taehyung, Jungkook ran to him, holding his shoulders gently. Taehyung's breath was shaky. His hand gripped the sink. Jungkook, go back. I'm fine. Jungkook, you're not fine, Taehyung. He helped him stand, handing him a tissue worry bright all over his face. You've been sick for days and you keep saying it's nothing. What's going on? Taehyung wiped his mouth, wiped his eyes. It's just stress. I didn't eat properly. Jungkook, don't lie to me, Taehyung. There was silence. Taehyung didn't answer. His eyes for a second, fear, hesitation, sadness, all mixed in one. Jungkook was softened. Please, please tell me the truth. I can see you are not okay. What happening? Taehyung looked at him for a long time. His lips trembling. I can't hide it anymore. Jungkook, hide? What? Taehyung took a deep breath, closing his eyes. Then, in a small finger voice, he said, Taehyung, I'm pregnant, Jungkook. The words frozen in the air. Jungkook blinked. What? Taehyung, I'm pregnant, 3 months. Silence, the only sound was distance hum of the air coordinator. Jungkook murmured, 3 months, the same time since the breakup. Jungkook, Taehyung. His whisper was breaking. It's mine. Taehyung's eyes filled with tears. He nodded slowly. It's yours. The weight of his Jungkook at all once. Guilt, shock, love, everything. He stepped closer, voice trembling. Jungkook, why? Why didn't you tell me? Taehyung, you left, Jungkook. You broke up with me. I didn't even know if you cared anymore. I thought if I told you, you feel terrified. I didn't want that. Jungkook tripped. Jungkook was cracked. Taehyung, you think I will ever see you or our baby as a trap? A tear rolled down Taehyung's cheeks. You didn't want me then. Why would you want me now with this? Jungkook staged forward until he was right in front of him. Because I never stopped wanting you. His hand was slowly resting on Taehyung's trembling ones. I was stupid, I thought. Success mattered more. I thought I could live without you. But the truth is, I never did. Taehyung tried his hardest not to cry. It's too late, Jungkook. Jungkook shook his head. No, it's not. Please, please don't say that. He placed his hand gently on Taehyung's stomach, hesitated. They're a part of us here, Tae. How could it ever be too late? Taehyung's tears finally fall. You don't know what it's been like walking up alone, scared, sick, and still going to work like nothing wrong. I didn't have anyone. Jungkook, you have me now. Jungkook whispered his eyes. You all have me. Taehyung shook his head. No, you left once. How do I know you won't do it again? Jungkook looked straight into his eyes. Because now I know what losing you feels like, and I can't live thought that again. There was a long silence. Then Jungkook cupped his face, his thumb brushing away a tears. Jungkook, I'm sorry for everything, for walking away, for making you face this alone, for being the reason you cried. But I swear to him, I never leave you again. Not you, not our baby. Taehyung stared at him, eyes full of emotion. Do you really mean it? Jungkook, With everything I am. For a second, neither of them moved. Then Taehyung took a shaky breath and whispered, I miss you. Taehyung's heart broke a little at that. The hug was tight, desperate, full of everything they hadn't said in a month. Jungkook, I miss you too, Tae, every single day. Taehyung brushed his face and Jungkook's chest, his tears soaking into his shirt. You promise you won't leave, Jungkook? Never again. I'll be here for you, for us, for everything that coming. Taehyung closed his eyes, breathing him in that familiar scent, that warmth he had missed so painfully, and then slowly Jungkook leaned back just enough to look into his eyes. Their forehead touched, breath mingling, and in that quiet trembling second, Jungkook whispered, "Can I?" Taehyung nodded. Their made soft, slow, trembling with emotion. It wasn't trust, it wasn't wild, it was everything they held back for months. Forgiveness, love, a promise of new beginning. When they finally pulled apart, Jungkook rested his forehead against Taehyung. "Jungkook, I love you, Taehyung." Tears slipped down Taehyung's cheeks again, but this time they were from relief. "I love you too, Jungkook." Jungkook smiled through his own tears. "You have no idea how happy I am to hear that again." He knelt down gently and placed his palm against Taehyung's stomach. "Hi, little one," he whispered softly. "I'm your dad. I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner, but I'll never miss a moment again." Taehyung had slid over his voice warm and shaky. "We all hold you to that, Mr. Jeon." Jungkook looked up at him with a grin. "You can, every day." He stood pulling Taehyung close again, one arm around his waist, the other hold his hand. The air between them felt lighter now, like the storm had finally passed. "Jungkook, you, me, and our baby, that's all I want. No boardroom, no titles, no pride, just this." Taehyung smiled faintly. "You sound like a man who finally grew up." "Jungkook, maybe I had to lose you to learn how to love right." Taehyung leaned into him, their hands intertwined, the world outside forgotten. The future was uncertain, but the first time in a month it didn't feel scary because they were not alone anymore. That night as Jungkook dragged Taehyung home, he kept glazing over a soft smile. Taehyung crouched at once and laughed so quietly. "Taehyung, why are you smiling like that?" "Jungkook, because for the first time in forever, I am exactly where I am supposed to be." Taehyung looked out the window, his heart warm. The road stretched ahead, unknown but full of hope, and as their fingers linked back together, the city lights danced around them, whispering the quiet truth they both already know. Love wasn't even broken, always find its way back home.